Yeah, today we could like we would start to talk about ADHD and how like that that affects how it affects your life, whether you with your traumas, with everything that goes along with life. Um, because it's or it's not understood at all. Like people don't you got neurodivergent and neurotypical. Neurotypical people don't. It's tough to get them to understand how a neurodivergent works because they are people who just do things, right? They're told to do something and they just do it. That's a blessing. If you could just be told to do something and you just do it. Because with ADHD, someone with ADHD just doesn't work that way. The brain will work with what it wants to work with.
Right.
Dopamine, right?
Yeah.
So dopamine is like the drug, the happy drug. You eat a hamburger, you get dopamine. Um, um, for me at least, it's man, there's a lot of things that I fuck with, but it all just depends on what my brain feels like working on that day. I love sitting in front of the computer, but it would depend on the job and on the day or what I'm gonna do on there. Sometimes it could be mm, like hyper focus for 2 weeks and create something crazy and dope, and then everybody loves it, and then I just throw it in the garbage because I no longer feel like doing it anymore. Um, or or hoarding information. So I'll sit and watch and read and on a subject and then that's all I will talk about for like a week or two or maybe one day. It depends. It all depends. Um and so, I could see where like a typical would have a hard time being around a person like myself because they wouldn't either they wouldn't be able to catch up or they'll get angry because you're lazy. But they don't understand that neither one of them is something that you have control over. It's just things that it is. So, with this, I don't want to say misunderstanding because I don't think it's people misunderstand it. Once they get it, they get it. Usually, it takes for like a person to have a kid, and then their kid has it, and then they learn, and
Right.
then they
Right.
understand.
Right.
Oh no, but
Yeah.
they don't have a. If it doesn't affect them,
Right.
then they
It's
don't want to hear
yeah.
it, and they
Yeah.
give mad excuses of no, fuck that. And so
Right.
look to where it leads, right? Because a person who doesn't understand this shit, well, really not fuck that. You're just soft,
Yeah.
or you're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
crazy, or you're just low, and so you're just soft. Like first of all, you're projecting
Right.
because when a person says you're just soft, what they're really saying is, I want to be able to make fun of you and do and call you names, but don't call me names because that hurts me. That's what they're saying, right?
Mm.
So, as a divergent, I read through all of that shit.
Right.
And on top of that, it makes me angry that you're playing with my intelligence. And then with the traumas that I have in life, I don't want to deal with it through sitting down and being nice with you. I want to fuck you up. This I'm constantly triggered every fucking day and night by crazy like things that I'm like, bro, just leave it. But doesn't work that way. So I have to control myself. I don't do medication or none of that shit. I just control myself. I learned what I started to at least what helped me was understanding how and what kindness to people does, right? So I took the approach of all right, fine, they don't understand me, and it's just like if because they don't know,
Right.
they're unfortunate. They're unfortunate, and not that I feel superior to them, and not none of that. It's just that it took me some time to figure it out,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so once I did, I did. I don't expect everybody
Mm-hmm.
to figure it out the way that I did or to learn, right? You know, can't you can't you can't do that. You people will learn on their own time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'll take that approach. Just be kind to the people who don't understand this shit. Just because they're less fortunate in the area of at least having the knowledge of what is really going on,
Right.
right? It's tough because imagine trying to explain to somebody that their brain, when they wake up in, I didn't know this shit, but when they they get a typical brain gets up in the morning, goes to the bathroom, brushes his teeth, takes a shower, gets dressed, goes to work with no like they don't they don't this just happens for them. But when I get up in the morning, I have to remember to brush my teeth. I have to remember to take a shower. I have to remember, and not only do I have to remember all of these things, but what if I don't want to do that right now? My brain will be like, no, we're not gonna do this. And so, you know,
Are you go?
it's a constant battle every day of these mundane things every single day. And then on top of that, whatever triggers you got going on in your life, um, caused by trauma,
Right.
that starts to because what if you're a person who when you were bullied when you
Yeah.
were younger,
Yeah.
right? Calling you names, right? And then somebody just calls you that or anything or any little thing that gets triggering because of the effect of the ADHD. You gotta you gotta be mindful of.
Right.
So um, that's the dark side of it. That's the dark side of it, and it's way deeper than that. It's way deeper than that because it gets crazy. But on the bright side, the way that I see it, it's a superpower because I get to hyper focus on shit. Meaning, shit that I fuck with heavy,
Yeah.
I will sit and learn like I would know shit in and out. It just that's just the way that it works for me. So, for example, a lot of I told you patterns and sequences and stuff like that. And it's not just like for me, it helped me big time when I was working doing data analyst and so I was able to see patterns right with that. I was able to do my job very well because of my ADHD. I
Right.
didn't know that though. I didn't know that. Um Also it was a situation where in the hospital that I worked at, there was a lot of last minute things to be done, right? And my brain under pressure, or if I need to submit something, somebody tell me you got 2 weeks to turn this in. I'll wait till 3 hours before I'm supposed to turn this in. Hold on. So when it comes to patterns and sequences and all of that stuff to me, it just works for me. It'll keep me there plugged in. And then working under pressure, my brain gets dopamine heavy, heavy, heavy off of that. And so I was able to thrive there. And it sucked because there was politics going on there that fucked me up. And so it was tough to leave that, but I couldn't deal with the politics. It was just too much. But but that's the, and see, so there is a bright side to it, or it becomes a superpower for me. So, for example, the job was easy to do, but getting to the job, I didn't want to go, right?
Yeah.
Um, but once I was there, I was able to do what I had to do. And that was that was dope. Not only that, but as technology changes every day, I was able to hoard this information also, and so keep up with the times. So I was able to thrive. Um, but like I said, politics fucked it up for me. And then going into work for myself, that changed things a lot because now I'm on my own, right? And I have to deal with other shit that I don't want to deal with. And my brain says, "No, we're not doing." Because for me, dopamine comes from shooting cameras, right? Maybe editing, maybe whatever the case is, right? But but then paperwork
Right.
and LLCs and all of that shit to me is just foreign, and my brain is like, no, we're not gonna do that, which hurt me, right? Because if I would have, well, in hindsight, if I would have set things up a little differently, then I would have been able to monetize differently, right? I left that door open, and it's just like fuck that. It was like it's a window, like it was open, an open window for money to fly out. But it's it's one of those things that you learn over time. You fuck this up, and then you learn because of either ADHD or some type of trauma or some shit like that. And so, it's a gift and a curse. A
Right.
gift and a curse because your brain will work when it wants to work. Other than
Mm-hmm.
that, that shit, it just doesn't work. And then you could get you could medicate, but I don't want to be a typical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like who I am. What I've done is make sure that my circle understands, because if they don't, then what they do is they'll judge you,
Yeah.
right? And I've had family members call me and telling me I'm unstable. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Bro, grow the fuck up. Like, I can't get mad though.
Right.
That's how I feel, but I can't get mad because they don't understand. You know what? And they probably have it themselves. And a lot of the time, people will deny it, run away from it, and all of that shit, which is the biggest mistake that you could do because um, if you sit down and you understand it, you'll see how you could use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, um, uh, it's been quite a journey, honestly, uh, with this because it's opened my eyes. Want to get down? It's opened my eyes to you know fucked up shit that I've done to people
Right. Right.
and continue to do because we had an issue the other day,
Mm.
right? And it sucks because I'm so used to now we're gonna go back to a trauma where if I wasn't doing something, I was called lazy. So I would constantly have to be busy. And then I would be doing things that I don't want to do so that I don't have to hear it from people saying, oh, you're this, you're that. And like, bro, like, um, and so learning those things, now I get to streamline my life. Now I get to, now I only work, what do I work now? Like 2 hours a day,
Depends.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it could get
Honestly,
busy.
it's whatever you want.
No,
You
for
could.
sure, for sure, for sure. It's whatever you want, right? I was about to say, like, if it's something that I really enjoy and I get really creative with it, I could
Right.
be there for hours.
Right. Right.
But once we have everything set in place, what I've learned is because of time, because I would sit for hours in front of the computer just
Mm-hmm.
enjoying what I was doing, but I wasn't monetizing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is that I learned to streamline. Now I can knock shit out in 2 hours and just chill the rest of the day
Right.
and monetize,
Yeah.
right? But without me, um, taking a long, hard look in the mirror of what's going on, um, and I'm late diagnosed,
Mm.
self-diagnosed, but I knew for a long time. I just didn't know. I didn't know what it really did to me, or I would do dumb shit, and then I say to myself, like, man, why am I like this?
Right.
Right? And now I learn why I'm like this. It's
Yeah.
not, it's something I can control.
Yeah.
Um, and the best, well, at least just be around like people who get it, right?
Right.
So that this way you're not being the dope part really, really, really is when you're around people who get it, they Not only do they get it, but they support. And that's the important part. 'Cause when people don't support your shit, when people don't support you, then it's the opposite. They're unsupportive and they become a nuisance in your life, right? Because they'll continue to hit you in places that there doesn't exist. And so, um, it's a ride. It's a ride. It's roller
Mhm.
coaster. Um, because you don't really know what's next. Am I gonna be able to do this today?
Right.
Am I not? You know what I mean? But like I said, there's tools. There's tools. That's the dangerous part, though. That's the dangerous part because that's when people start to get into drugs,
Yeah, right.
and most people that get into drugs is because they are trying to
Cope with.
cope.
Cope.
Yep, they're trying to cope with people
Yeah.
that are constantly judging them,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And you know, it gets deep.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah.
deep. And the crazy thing about it is that there's a simple answer to it, right? Really, there's two. Because just be kind to people, right? Because if you don't understand, you may not understand what they're going through, right? Um, and also, uh, if if you do take the initiative to understand, then you just be a better person, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it also makes the world more exciting to understand that there's a typical and that there's a neurodivergent. And if I'm a typical and I know I have a neurodivergent friend, I know that I have a friend with superpowers. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so that will make things interesting for me.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I'm gonna start a company, with data company or some shit, I'm gonna hire a bunch of divergents.
Right.
I'm
Right.
like, you anybody who has ADHD, come on, let's go. uh, no, I'm not trying to exploit my people, bro, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would
Right.
make sense. It would make sense, and then divergents would be able to uh work in places that they fit in
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than not. Because on the opposite, people struggle.
I think, well, I don't know too much about the workspace in the past, but I know I've seen a lot of it now, especially with uh my generation now having to go through this work work field. Um that that, that there's starting to become a difference. You know what I mean? There's more acceptance in um and there's more understanding of, because I went to the interview that I went to the other day.
Mhm.
Um the, the head chef was just explaining everything that went down in the kitchen and all that. And then she's like, "Yeah, don't worry. Like, if you get lost or anything, my mind is always somewhere else." I'm like, "Oh, ADHD." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, don't even worry about it." So, I think that there's just, I see the change. I see the acceptance of and the understanding of, and it's dope to see. It's dope to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. That is something. Well, you know what? That just speaks about the younger generation also,
right,
who I think in general, that whole, like I said, that whole soft shit of when people call you soft, like the younger kids ain't going for that no more.
right. Yeah,
That's like some old boomer Gen X
yeah, yeah, yeah,
douchebaggery that they
yeah,
don't want to listen,
yeah,
um, because they're short on education, right? And so what they'll do is, because they were hurt when they were younger, right? They were hurt. They
right.
were told, shut up, sit down, don't talk, right? And if anything, if they did any of those things,
Yeah,
they will get flipped on physically,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? And then these are the type of people that run around and say shit like, uh, my mom whipped the shit out of me and look at me, I came out okay, right? And I love that one. That's my favorite one. I said like, bro, did you not hear what you just said? Did you not listen to yourself? You like, right? So okay, cool, whatever, right? Um, but yeah, well, yeah, my ADHD is kicking right now. I lost my this is right here,
Yeah,
right here. I'm
exactly.
talking to you. I'm talking. I
Mm-hmm.
just lose what the fuck I'm talking about,
Yep.
like right in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah. That
Um,
happens.
and this, sometimes people be talking. My brain will be talking about something else to me.
Mhm.
The person's talking. I'll catch up to them sometime later, and fully understand what they were saying, and go right into the conversation like nothing happened.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
imagine that shit
Yeah.
happening and you don't know why.
No,
You
that's
just think,
scary.
yeah, it's scary. Like,
That's
what the
scary.
fuck is going on right now? I just lost my, like, there's
Mm-hmm.
anything. And then if you don't know, you start to maybe compensate with something. You go, oh my God, I need to take vitamins or this or that.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God.
You don't know, you know?
Yeah, it's so sad, man.
Yeah,
So sad.
it's important. I don't know. It changed everything for me,
Yeah, it made a big difference in the household.
right?
Um, for sure. For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
It's dope. At least for me, my experience been dope. Um, I've seen, I've felt when I am out, when I'm not moving,
Mm-hmm.
you guys notice,
Yeah.
and then motivate.
Yep.
Let's go this, that, the other. And that's the very opposite of somebody coming calling you a name.
Yeah. Does that help though?
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm just asking because what if leaving you alone helps? You know what I mean? Um.
The thing is, it could be anything, but the point is that I'm not being judged for it,
Oh, right.
right? There could be many different ways to do it, or solutions,
Mm.
right? It could be, I just need a little time. So for me personally, I I take my because when I get burnout, I'll play PlayStation.
Yeah.
That brings me right back
Yeah.
right away. Um, I'm I'm happy that I have a game that I could play because sometimes I'll be like, man, and even that, sometimes I'll just be like, nah, fuck this, I'm not playing this shit. So yeah, that's also there, but it's a deep situation, man. I choose to embrace myself the way that I
Mm-hmm.
am. I choose to put myself around people who understand it,
Yeah.
and that means that's a very small crowd, very very
Yep.
tiny.
Yep. Yep.
It can expand. It can
For sure.
expand because there's gonna be people who get it,
On the way. Yeah.
right? And yeah, and exactly. And so that's what I'll be on the lookout for,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Um, and that's gonna it with the understanding, everything starts to fall into place, you know.
Yeah.
And at least for me, because I could see where like people who have that and don't have any resources, right? Um, maybe because there's a lot of people who they wouldn't do the work to understand really what it is. And sometimes man, there's people that I know, man, that they have the worst type of, and they'll be like, nah, nah, no, no, I don't, and deny it. But the thing is that I'm not a doctor or anything like that, and I can't be diagnosing people. The thing is that the symptoms are there, man,
Yeah.
and the symptoms are not like they're there. They're so there. But like I said, because there's other type of divergence also. The neurodivergency is just an umbrella where you have ADHD, ADD. I don't think ADD they use anymore. I think ADHD is an evolutionary name, maybe, to ADD, ADHD. But there's people who have autism also, and
Right.
that's a neurodivergent. So, and I don't know too much about the autism side. Um, I will do a little homework, I know mine is ADHD. But I'll look into it because maybe I have some. Because I think you can have both. I
Yeah.
think you can
I've
have
seen a
both.
lot of people on TikTok with both.
I think it's AUHD. I think. Get down. Get down. Get down. Yeah. So you have that. Um, and it becomes tough, man. And then if you have kids that are the same, and you're not aware of this, and you just calling the kids, calling the kids names and punishing them, and the kids don't know why this is happening. And not only that, the kid's gonna think he's crazy because hey, hey, and so it becomes
Tough,
a really, really, really tough situation.
tough, tough.
That's why educating is important. Education, uh, sympathy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm
Empathy.
learning. Well, from a conversation that we had not too long ago on live, I'm learning a lot of uh, bad habits that I continue to do with not treating people right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm starting to like catch myself, and it's
So
hard.
what do you mean catch yourself? Like how?
Well, I'm paying attention to what triggers people
Hmm.
and addressing it for myself, or just addressing it or trying to address it. I'm not the best at uh conversations.
Initiating conversation.
Yeah, initiating conversations.
Right.
So,
Um.
oh my god.
Um. Yeah. Um. It takes practice.
Yeah.
It takes practice. And I think it gets easier because as you start to love yourself more, you
Mhm.
give your and it's not that you let yourself um go, right? Just be a straight asshole. That's not the
Oh,
point. It's just that people could be hard on themselves. And if they're hard on themselves, then they won't do the work, right? And just remember, man, also that most people they just want to be able to trust you. Not that they're gonna the thing is, if you continue to fuck something up, then you probably have another issue, right? Like narcissistic people who don't
yeah.
they just don't stop.
Yeah.
They don't know. They can't.
Right.
They can't, right? So, that's you don't have that issue, thankfully, right? Um and I don't it's not going to be a time in life because you're self-aware. And it's going to be tough for you to get into a place where you're going to constantly be hurting people because you're self-aware
Right.
and you're constantly fixing and doing
Right.
things and
Right.
changing, right,
Yeah.
growing. And I think people see that, they appreciate that, and so they give you space. They know that
Yeah.
and remember, once you're in that circle, the people that understand, they too want space, right? And so if you reciprocate that,
Yeah.
then you're vibing on the same frequency. you know
Yeah.
I know it's deep,
Yeah.
but it's really not that hard to understand. um just we are balls of energy, and we do have a vibration. And wherever you vibe at, the people that are around you don't vibe at the same frequency, then you don't meet,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Mm.
You can have a positive vibe and another person a positive vibe is too, but if you're not on the same frequency,
Yeah. It's hard.
yeah.
Hard.
Well, at least the conversation is there,
Right.
right? And that's all you want to have. Um, you know, and so understanding all of this shit, and there's even we could even go into like generational traumas, right?
Right.
Me as a black man, my experience in life is way different, and the things that affect me are way different, right?
Yeah.
Because I have to worry about certain things, like
Right.
making sure I make money, staying out of jail, because just leaving this house, I could they could just throw me in jail for no reason. It happens, and that's something that as a person of color affects me.
Right.
Um, a lighter skinned Puerto Rican may not go through that and then call me soft. So you see what now all it starts to be on some racist shit
No,
and
it
the
goes deep.
colonized
Goes
mentality,
deep.
right?
Yeah.
And
So where does this go into? What was it? Scapegoats.
that's a totally different thing. The scapegoat situation. Um, that comes through. Well, the part that would what I wanted to bring up was scapegoat from narcissistic family members,
Okay.
right? Where where you usually have a bunch of narcissists telling one person what the fuck they should do,
Yeah.
when they should do it, how they should do it, right? And and then if nothing goes right, then it's that person's fault.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Um, I could get I could get deep into the situation, man. All right, scapegoat. You have narcissistic people around. Well, at least I'll talk about my experience. I'll talk about my experience. Um, you know that I'm a people pleaser, right? I'm an empath, and that's dangerous. That's not good. It's almost it's the exact opposite of a narcissist,
Right.
right? And the narcissist, in order for them to operate, they need supply, right? Supply could be anything. They'll do shit to you just to get an emotion out of you, and that's supply. That's what they want, right? It could be you screaming and yelling. It could be whatever. It doesn't matter to them. Whatever it is that they're looking for, they'll press the button and they'll trigger you and they'll get that response from you,
Yeah.
right? That's what they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
If you cut them off of that, they go fucking nuts. They don't know what to do in themselves, right? So, um, so yeah, look, for example, um, like your mom's family, right? These are the people who will blame me for everything. They point the finger at me for everything, right?
Right.
Like to the point where um I wasn't even allowed to be next to their kids, right? Your mom's nephews. I wasn't allowed. They weren't allowed to come to my house. If I was around, they weren't allowed to be around me because John does crazy thing. Da da da. No, 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 no. Right. And really, at the end of the day, it
Yeah.
was just some racist shit. It was just some racist shit. But anyway, and not only racist, but narcissistic because that's what we have. That's what we're dealing with. And so, you know, uh, since I'm the bad guy, I'm the one. Everybody in that family knew that they could point the finger at me, and then everybody would say that I'm the bad guy. Right? They use me as the one who is his fault. Everything is my fault. But shit I don't even have anything to do with in somebody else's household. That's my fault. Right? One of the kids wants to be a photographer. Oh, that's stupid. You need to go to school, go to college. Don't you dare pick up that camera. Even took a camera away from the dad. I believe gave him a camera and took it away from him because he wanted to be like me. Right? I don't even live in the house. I have what the fuck do I have? What is like? Why does my name come up there, bro?
Right.
Why? Why does my name even have to? Because he's inspired by what I do, but there's a million other fucking photographers out there. He just happens to know one of them, me.
Right.
But nah, you don't. You're not like him, right? Craziness, right? Craziness. And so, uh, The kid runs away from his house, comes to my house, right,
Mhm.
for safety.
Mhm.
There's some other shit going on there too. Um, and proceeds to use me as a scapegoat. Again, he goes, does his dirty business, right? And then I get in trouble for it because I'm the one who influenced him and blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, on and on and on,
Right.
right? So I'm walking around thinking that this shit is my fault. I'm
Mhm.
fucked up. I could have done something. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so that makes me feel like I'm a bad person,
Right.
right? Until until I start to realize what's really going on,
Yeah.
right?
Some other shit. Some deep shit.
Yeah, what's really going on. As an empath, I start to apologize to everybody. Oh, my bad. On and
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
right? And take the
Yeah. Trying
blame
to
for
make up
everything.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And so, this is a narcissist. This is how they get their supply.
Mm.
This is called. Uh, oh, here's the thing too. If I say something out loud, if I say something back, now I'm an abuser, right?
Yeah.
If I get triggered and I say, "Nah, this ain't fair," oh, you're an abuser,
Yeah.
right? And so, so, you know, it's it's way deeper than that, the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you see how like there's always
It
a
all
person.
trickles down.
Yeah, how like they just make this one person the bad person, and then everybody just gets to blame. Like the whole family
Yeah.
just points the finger at me
Yeah.
for shit that I have nothing to do with.
Yep.
The wild shit is that anything that those people have done that have been successful has because I put my hand in there and I helped them
Mm.
and I gave them everything. I put that kid on 2 feet because I don't know what else was going on over there,
Exactly.
and we're gonna talk about that. I know what's going on over there, and that's also gonna be spoken about, right? And so, I'm just tired of of just being looked at as
Abused.
abuse. At the end of the day, that's it. It's abuse, and I'm done with that shit.
As
Um,
you should.
my the access that people have to me is zero right now.
Yeah.
Only people that get to speak to me at this point in my life is you guys,
Yeah.
right? Um, and that's it. That's it. The access that they had to me, because that's another thing. They fucking hate me, but they want access to me.
Mm. Yeah.
Because when they talk about me, well, a lot of the time, most of the time, they're like just slandering my name and talking shit, you know, talking lies, because not one single one of these motherfuckers have ever sat in front of me to ask me a question. All they do is invent shit and talk shit about me. Luckily, I've been able to, um, through my successes, um, these people can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
They can't sleep at night. They want to see me fail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And um, I don't know if that'll ever happen for them because the way they look at me, it's almost like they want to be me, right?
Yeah. And admire and envy.
Influence. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's how they move.
Yeah.
That's how they.
Crazy web.
Yeah. And like, and then here's the other part. I don't know what's going on in their brain or what they have gone through.
Right.
right? And why they do the things that they do. I just know that I'm uncomfortable and that there's been a lot of shit. Like, imagine pulling up on somebody that you don't even know and they're looking at you funny
Yeah.
because the stories that they've heard, and I don't even know what are they, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And it could be the person who sleeps right next to you that's saying these things, right? And then it's like, nah, but that's a lie. Nah, yeah, but that person doesn't lie. What do you mean? No, that person's perfect. And the crazy part about it, here's the deal. Guess what? I gave her that image because I'm an empath and I'll hide her and I'll take the hit. That's my fault. And so all of a sudden, then homegirl never done anything ever, 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 ever bad in her life. It's always my fault. And so I'll pull up to a spot and people looking at me crazy, even yell at me and tell me things that one time one of her cousins said things to me about my mom and me not respecting my mom. Like I'm like, yo, bro, how, you don't even know me. You don't know nothing about me. You don't never met my mom. You don't know who I am. Where is this coming from?
Hell yeah.
It's only one place. There's only one place because a narcissist, what they do is they compete. And when they see you doing well, they don't like that shit because they want to hold themselves up here. Their image is everything. And they'll lie and they'll do whatever the fuck they can
Yeah.
to bring you down. I don't get. I get it. I understand it. I understand it a lot better than I did before because it's a mental, it's a personality disorder, right? So this is how they roll. But I can't take these hits no more, man. I I can't. It's not that I don't want to. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
take them no more. My
Yeah.
body,
It's strained.
right?
That's it. Yeah.
For 30 years, what I did was eat my life away,
Oh yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And so nah, man. Um, you see what I had to do for the last few months
Yeah.
to get to to where I'm at now. I'm not where I want to be,
Right.
and so um, it's a choice that you make, man. It's a choice that you make. Um, and you know, I can't. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
That it's not even a choice for me anymore. It's not a choice anymore. I don't have time.
Right.
The
Yeah.
fuck I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I might as well just fucking kill
Yeah.
myself because if not, then what's gonna happen is that later on, I continue with health issues and
Yeah.
then
Facts.
diabetes and this and that and on and on and on and on. And also when
Hundred
you're
percent.
when a
100%.
narcissist, a person who's abused by a narcissist dies because of that.
Yeah. You know what? I wanted to get into that. Maybe we could do that next episode of people who were raised by narcissistic parents.
Yeah, we could talk about that. It's not easy.
No. No.
It's not easy. Um, I get angry sometimes. I get angry sometimes because I feel like I'm not a dumb person, and when things slip by me, I'm like, fuck, why didn't I pay attention to that? You know what I'm saying? Because I could have saved a lot of time, right? But I ran around thinking that I was just this bad father, bad husband, all these things. And the crazy shit is like, I leave my house and everybody tells me the opposite.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm now conflicted with, do
Yeah.
I feel like because and the narcissist makes you feel like you're the narcissist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So when I go out and people tell me, yo, nah, look, this, yeah, you're doing a good job, blah, blah, blah. You're like,
Yeah. You're conflicted with.
yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
nah, am I doing a good job?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, bro, but what am I one person at home and then am I a monster at home and then am I
Oh my God.
good
Yeah.
outside? Like what the fuck is going on here? And so you fall into that rabbit hole and then well, at least for me, I figured it out. I saw what it was. When you have a person who has no uh cares doesn't care about your feelings, only cares about theirs, you start to understand. You start to understand. And I am heartbroken for these people. My heart breaks because I also understand that humans just want to be good, right? Thing is, for example, with these people, what they think is good, that's another thing because it's not only the narcissism, but they're in a narcissists believe binary, right? In a binary way, black and white, yes and no, right and wrong. And then the ones that get into religion, that's another level of craziness in there, right? Because now naturally they or mentally they're thinking right and wrong, and then you throw this other fear on top of it where you could only be right because if you're wrong, you go to
Right.
hell.
Right.
Yeah. So now not only do they think that they're better than you, right? Because you're wrong all the time, but then they're right, but you're going to hell. So don't even get next to me,
No facts. No facts.
right?
Yeah.
And it gets deeper than that.
Hmm.
It gets deeper than that. Like I said, my heart breaks for them. Um, I personally, we spoke about this the other day. I was on TikTok like maybe 2 nights ago, and
Hmm.
I'm going through like a bunch of fucking these narcissists, how to torture a narcissist. I'm like, I don't want to watch how to torture. I don't want to torture nobody. I want to know how I can help,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And the problem, the reason I think, I don't know this. I'm just throwing this in the air. I think that there's so many of those type of videos, the get back videos, is because a lot of people are angry because they've been hurt by these people.
It's still, well, I don't um I guess it's still new because
Right,
10
people
years
are finding
ago
out about this. Right,
10
you
years
didn't hear
ago
that
this
word.
wasn't a thing.
Right.
This was not a thing.
Yeah.
Even 5 years ago,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So this is also
That's
new.
good
So of
point.
course everybody's gonna be so upset.
Yeah.
Um it's just a matter of you know, educating ourselves at this point
Yeah.
because
So right, this is like where I'm at with it. Like I'm like, okay, cool. I get that you're
right,
angry. I get that these people do what they
right.
do. But how do we move forward? Because we're not throwing people away. Like then this is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's you've heard me say like that I can't be around certain people anymore.
Correct.
That throwing people away basically because that's what I've been hearing on TikTok as far as being a mom being a mom and having a kid and setting boundaries. Really that's all that it was really. It's
Yeah.
instead of throwing people away, it's
Right.
not
Right.
a
Right.
mentality of throwing somebody away. It's setting a boundary or protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Uh
100%.
but as far as like helping them, I haven't seen not one of like positive speaking towards.
Yeah. I saw one the other day, and it was from the perspective of like, man, listen, if we've done so much work to be better, right, to be understanding and all of that thing, so then yeah, then too,
Yeah,
give them
yeah,
that space.
yeah,
Now, the problem is, saying something like give them that space is like how big of a space do they need? Because they're they're tough people to deal with, man.
yeah.
Imagine, man, you know, having a conversation with your mom, for example, man, and I'm not throwing her under the bus or nothing like that, bro. I the regards that I hold your mom in. Um, besides all of
No,
the craziness,
she's
she's she's blessed.
yeah.
She's
No,
blessed.
but she stuck it out too.
No, 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 no.
Nobody's
Yeah, no, no. Right. Because yeah, there's all this, there's that, there's I could sit here and give you a million complaints.
right.
Um, that she's helped out. She's helped out. That she throws it in my face. She throws it in my face. um, and so those like little things like that, because I know she's like that, and I know that she's gonna, and so that I'm cool with that. Fuck it, whatever. And not that I'm cool with it, because I don't think that that's cool, but it doesn't trigger me, right? I just look at her and tell her, "Yo, bro," right? And, and honestly, man, I don't know what she thinks about that. I don't know. I really don't. I could. The only thing I can't. I don't. I could. I could tell you her patterns. I could tell you. I know what she's gonna say next. She's predictable. She's predictable.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I don't really know what's going on in her mind, right? I don't know. And so, um, I try to talk, try to sit down and talk, but there's not much. I get I get simple conversations, and that triggers me. That triggers me because I can't do small talk.
Yeah.
I can't do small. I can't do it. That's tough for me. And she does that heavy. And so, I try to, yo, read this book. Yo, let's do this. Let's go to that. No interest. And so maybe there's ADHD in there. Maybe there's some autism. I don't know. I'm not saying that she has. I'm just saying that I be careful with and just try to be as kind as possible because I don't know really what's going on. And I don't know if she'll tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I ask her, I try to talk to, but she gives me the same answer all the time, which has nothing to do with what I'm trying to understand from her. And so whatever, man. Like I said, throwing people away, that's crazy. Um, I understand the people that are angry and want to go that route. I get it. I'm not judging them, but from my end, um, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that. Um, that she pisses me off at times, all the time. But I get it. I get it. And also for me, big triggers is physical, right? So hitting people like that she doesn't do that, and also like screaming and yelling. She's gotten a lot better with that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so those two things are really on the forefront of my mind. Everything else, like all the bullshit that she plays and she be saying, so I just give her the side eye, and then she goes off. But other than that, like it really doesn't get that deep.
Yeah.
Some she does piss me off sometimes because she be saying some wild shit, bro. Like the Christmas tree in the car, or the smell. What is it?
The
Scent. The the scent that's in the car.
the air freshener.
The air freshener. Yeah. No, you can't put that there because the cops are gonna take you arrested. And it's like, yo, bro, who told you this, bro? Not because I'm like, yo, bro, like, nah, and then no, nice, but then she'll go to Google and go and like, I'm like, yo, bro, like, it's not that serious. Like, we could, it's all right.
Yeah.
And then she will like, and so it's dumb shit like that really on a day to day,
It's like
you know,
annoyance.
right? It's just like, yo, bro, come on, grow up, bro. Grow up. There's
No, yeah, facts. GBO. Those are every day.
n- man,
It's like, all right.
4 or 5 times a day. Like I know, and I'm telling you, and it's like, nah, it's wild because you know what it is too is I'll get two replies from her. I'll get two reactions. Either she will laugh,
Mhm. Mhm.
cause what do you mean? I'm like, yo, bro, you wilding right now. What? No, I'm not.
Mhm.
All right,
Mhm.
cool. Or, oh no, oh, she'll catch a tantrum.
I think she's on my live. I think. Yeah,
And she'll
she
catch a
is.
tantrum.
Can I put her on here?
What is
Mom, do you want to put her? You want to go on live, Mom?
oh boy. What is that?
Instagram.
Oh, why I'm on.
Nah,
right?
you're on Instagram, but I did it on my Instagram.
No, I get it.
She said no. She said no. I'm sorry. Sorry. Watch when you get here, bro. We're gonna have a great conversation.
You know, it's life.
Your phone is dying.
You know, sure. You know, but it's think of it. I'm not perfect either, right?
No,
And so
facts.
and you know what too though you know I younger my mentality was horrible, something that I don't approve of today, right? And so you know she endured that bullshit, right? We both engaged in some real stupid ways of thinking.
Together.
Yeah, like patriarchy shit, right? And so you know I apologize to her often about that because that makes me feel so you know I get it, man. I was younger. I didn't really, you know, I didn't know.
Mhm.
I didn't know. I know better now. And so, you know, I'll take initiative and make sure that she understands
You got
that
the
I
best foot
feel her.
forward now.
Yeah, that I feel her. That I feel her. Like I feel like, you know, that's fucked up. And take accountability for that shit, no matter what, where I got that from, and how long because I'm responsible for my actions. So, you know, I'll take accountability for that shit. I'd be better at it, you know, and then sometimes I feel like, um, because showing by example, leading by example is probably the best way to do shit. I try to do that as much as I can.
Right.
But you know, it's just life, man. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I
Right.
was thinking about that the other day. It's just not a not that it's a guessing game, but it's you just got choices in life. Life,
Well, the more you know,
yeah,
educate yourself. So this way, because let's not leave anything to chance.
yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah,
Let's make educated guesses.
yeah. That's exactly,
Let's
exactly,
or let's make educated choices, not
exactly.
guesses. If you're gonna make a guess, then yeah, educate yourself as much as you can as
Mhm.
well, right? Um, you know, yeah, we have to, man, because these people suffer also. They have to be lonely. They have to be lonely because not too many people tolerate that type of behavior, man. Right? Not too many people tolerate that shit. And um, I'm sure that I don't know, man. Is that with narcissists, they never, I don't think they ever feel loved by somebody. I don't think that that's what they're after. I think that they just care about their feelings and that's it. They don't, they're not there to understand you. To nah, they're there to get their supply, whatever that may be. And so I don't know if they feel loved, man. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, you know, I would say I would think so, only because you're getting satisfaction. So
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
that wouldn't
their
that equate
feelings.
to their love?
But remember that. Well, that shit come like a narcissist brain is like a 4 year old, like a 5 year old. They don't. They're stuck there. Um, whatever they, whatever happened to them at that age, they're still, whether it's mommy issues, daddy issues. This they That's where they live. That's what they just peak. They peak there. That's why they do tantrums, right?
Mhm.
Um, and probably mommy issues, right? Hates her mom because of she's not the golden child, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I can't. Those are just simple, uh, surface level things of narcissists. It
Right.
gets deeper than that, and I don't know. Haven't dug into that world like that. I hear, like, I see all the things on TikTok and stuff like that, and like I said, I can't.
You engage too
I
much.
can't because I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
really done that. I've done more work on myself than I have on someone else. But the thing is that that's my biggest abuser,
Yeah.
right? And I have to know, or I want to know
Yeah.
how this happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So stay angry or
Yeah,
guessing or
for sure, for
yeah.
sure, for sure. So I do a little bit of homework here and there, and I'll do some more. Not only that, but if we're doing this, I want to be able to speak intelligently about,
Right.
right? I want to
Right.
be able to give people the right information,
Right.
not just sit here and cry about what the fuck happened to me,
Yeah.
right? But yeah,
Mhm.
right. And then this is something that moving forward, because we'll get more information as we go, learn more,
Right.
right? Um, I don't know if your mom will embrace that shit,
She's still here. Uh-huh.
but if you do, then you go in and you learn about yourself. That's all you could do. You can't do shit. I mean,
Nine.
learn, figure out your
Next
shit.
episode should be. That's what I'm gonna be learning about myself, I guess,
What you
because
want to do next episode? What do you want to say?
uh, kids raised by or people who were raised by the effects of being raised by a narcissistic person.
That's deep.
The effects.
That's deep because um, there are people who become narcissists themselves,
Yeah.
people who don't.
Yeah. I haven't looked too much into it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that
I
type of
see it. I
research.
see. I see it all the time. Um, I see it all the time. I don't, but I don't worry too much about it. I don't really dig in too much about it because I don't see you guys having
Issues.
narcissistic
Traits.
tendencies,
Yeah.
traits. You guys are more empaths. You guys ran away from the shit. I think that I made a big fuss in the house about,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Not saying that being people pleasing is any better,
Mhm.
because that's dangerous as fuck too. Because if you don't know how to say no,
Yeah.
you're gonna get in trouble,
Oh yeah.
right? Especially sitting next to a narcissist, because you fit like
Mhm.
a glove.
Mhm.
One take, 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 take. The other
Mhm.
one give, give, give,
Mhm.
give, and never fulfill, right? Because you're giving
Yeah.
and then you don't get nothing
Yeah.
back in
I
return,
see.
right?
They're saying that you're live. You can't hear your live. Maybe you speak up a little bit.
Let's see. Yo, yo. No, that's good. Big. Who's on my life?
Um. Damn. Front.
Life is good. The volume is good. I mean, I can hear.
Okay.
They're probably hearing me through yours and hear me really low.
Thank you. Look, they're loving the podcast
Who's that?
we got going on.
Is that on?
Erica. That's Aaron's friend from here
Oh,
that lives by Busch Gardens. Busch, Busch Gardens.
isn't that
Yeah,
Halloween?
facts. It took time to get there though. They said that the bond is real.
What do you mean?
Our our bond is real. That we got a real bond.
No. What they seeing, what they're seeing now, it's just two grown-ups.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah.
It's two grown-ups having a conversation. We just happen to be,
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
huh?
Not because I said Aaron's friend.
Hmm.
That's just how we call you over here because we Aaron introduced you to us.
That's the prefix.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a prefix. Alan's friend, this one, or Natalie's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know so many people. Um, yeah, it's just two grown-ups having a conversation,
Yeah.
right? Um, what's special about it is that it got here,
Yeah.
not that it took time or the time that it took, because some people never get here, right?
Nah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that you guys are privileged
Mhm.
from that perspective,
Mhm.
even
Mhm.
just to have somebody to speak to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because man, it's lonely out here, man, right? But girl, it's life,
Yeah.
and life is dope. Life is dope. At least for my ADHD brain, all of these subjects to me
Yeah.
blow my mind. I could
Yeah.
sit and talk for hours about this shit.
Yeah.
And then the problem is that you're involved in it, right? Your own feelings are
Mhm.
involved in it, and there's some
Mhm.
bullshit that you did, and it's like, okay. But like I said, your circle, you could play the game.
Yeah.
You could play,
Yeah.
because think of it, it's almost like reciprocity, right? I give you some, give me back. You give me
Yeah.
some, and it's just a game of.
Yeah.
I never. A lot of people would talk to me and tell me, "Oh, because I'm in love." I'm like, bro, you don't know nothing about love. Stop talking about love. Don't confuse ego
Yeah.
with love,
Yeah.
right? Love is, in order to get there, a lot of things have to go right. A lot of things have to go right, and it's a spiritual thing. It's a connection through vibrations. I'm sure people have gotten there. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't think I've ever gotten there, but I could imagine
Right.
how people get there.
Yeah.
Right? I see a path. I see a path, and I know that I'm capable of loving somebody,
Mm.
but that person has to reciprocate.
Yeah.
Because I get tired.
Yeah.
I get tired. I'm just one person, man.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I'm one person. I have to chop myself up into four because it's you, Aaron, Aiden, Leslie,
Mm.
and then in another pocket, your mom.
Yeah.
And from a certain perspective, I had to raise her.
Yeah.
I had to teach her shit,
Mhm.
right? And that's I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling because I don't want her to think that I'm her dad
Right.
or that I'm her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not.
Trying
That has
to.
nothing to like. I'm not that person. Not
Yeah.
it's not that. And not only that, isn't that's how she'll treat me?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
I'm your partner.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's so
I'm your
crazy.
partner.
Yeah. She'll get lost in the two.
Yeah, of course,
That's crazy. Yeah.
of course. But being at least, I think I sit and I think about shit all the time, and I come up with the real.
Yeah.
I just can't say them out loud because guess what? They call me crazy, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I just stick with these thoughts in my head. I use them sometimes, but if you don't communicate this stuff with people, they don't understand what you're saying. They don't understand what you're doing or your perspective. So it's dope though, man. It's like I said, man. It gives me a lot of dopamine. It gives me um I love it. It's you know what the craziest thing is. I also get a lot of dopamine from working out. Right, I love to be
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, you've been doing.
Right, and while I'm doing that, again, my ADHD brain is running, but at that point, I'm making sense of shit.
Mm.
My brain really gets to it. Really gets to it there. Sometimes I'll be thinking I'll be lazy about shit. If I can whatever, move on. Nah, while I'm working out, um, I get a lot of clarity.
Mm.
A lot of clarity. And I've noticed that for me, the morning times, man, the morning works. I'll be up in the morning. I go out there. I do what I gotta do. You see me, I come in, I go out for an hour, I come in, I get grab a bottle of water, go back out. I'll go do you know what I'm doing now? I'm doing the trail, the bike ride, the
Oh.
whole the whole little community. That's like that takes me about an hour to do.
Mm.
I come back and now I'm jogging the same shit. That takes me 2 hours. That shit is crazy. But yeah, but I my m- that's one of
That's
those
okay.
things where my body just takes and does it.
That's great.
I don't. It's involuntary. I don't have to work to go
Mm.
do that, right? That's why, like, I feel like a typical gets up in the morning and does that.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
I can't. I wish. I wish.
What the
Waking
workout?
up in the morning is hard for me. It's hard for a lot of reasons now, but
No,
even
no, no,
going
no,
to
no, no,
school, like that
no,
shit
no,
is
no, no,
hard.
no, no, no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're talking about two totally different things.
Okay.
It's the same thing, but we're talking two totally different things.
Okay.
Your brain in the morning
Mm.
will shoot dopamine just for waking up.
Mm.
Use it
Okay.
because you're gonna burn it, and you may
Okay.
not get any for the rest of the day,
Mm.
right? So get up in the morning and go do something, whatever it is. Use the 2 hours, the hour that you're gonna get from that shit.
Yeah.
For me, like I said, working out, I use it. I use it as gasoline to go do that. But while I'm out there, my brain is going.
Mm.
And so now I'm out there. I'll stop the ride, get off, get on my phone, knock out some work, send out
Mm-hmm.
an email, do this, do that, go I'll do something.
Okay.
You see I'm doing the videos,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm out there just like getting to it.
Yeah.
Come back home and then the rest of the day I got my energy.
Yeah. No, I felt good those times that I was doing it. When I was posting the videos, it felt really good. But
Yo, look. I got I'm gonna get bro, you know what? I'm gonna get Alex on here. Um he said he wants to talk about growing up without his mom. He's got a lot of things to get off his chest and let's give him that space. Um Alex, I have a little special place in my heart because I know Alex from, oof, I don't know. He was
this is like a high school friend.
no Alex. Um, Willie's.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And I think I met Alex. He was like I don't know, 5 months,
Damn.
6 months. I remember when he first got to the states, or when I first met him, he was 6 months,
Mm.
7 months, whatever he
Baby, he
was. He
was
was a
baby.
baby, yeah. And and I remember people saying things about him and treating him getting treated fucked up. by the same abusers that I had, right?
Yeah, that's
And
sorry to hear that, man.
yeah, man,
I'm
and
sorry.
so I want to talk to him because I know that he you know he was labeled like a bad kid. Oh, the kid's always doing this, always doing that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like
Mm.
I never like that kid. If you just leave him alone, let the nigga rock.
Mm.
Nah, let the nigga rock. Okay, cool. And you know, and look, man, he's got his clothing line.
Mm.
He's out here. He's doing like just he's a good dude, man. Like motherfuckers always want to cut niggas' wings off, man. The fuck,
Oh
man.
yeah, that's a fact.
It's fucked up. But definitely we're gonna get him on. Let's do Wednesday, man. I'm gonna text him. Let's get
Yeah.
him on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about it, man, because definitely this is like this is good, man. I mean,
Mm.
like I said, I'm not a therapist, so it's like
No,
none of that
it's
shit.
just a safe
It's
space.
my just talking you
Safe
through
space.
at least the stuff that I know. If anybody knows any better, then hit me up. Let me know.
Facts.
So um, and that's the only way that will grow. But for sure, we could get on. Yeah, we could cut here. We could do. We'll get on. We'll get Alex on Wednesday. Like I said, this is therapy. Nah, nigga. It is, man. It is. You know why? Because I know I strike chords, bro. I know that. I know that what I'm saying is my truth, number one, and so nobody could take that away from me. And I understand that just because it's my truth doesn't mean that it's true. I get that. I
100%.
understand that. I get it. I'm just speaking my truth and what
Right.
happened to me. And if somebody could clear some things up for me, then perfect. I
Right.
want to know.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
But my ADHD brain is I see the patterns in people. I see it. It's not this is not you not you can't lie to me.
Yeah.
You can't lie to me. People will use, talking points,
Mhm.
the same excuses over the same shit.
Yeah.
They will never ever sit down and break something down to you. They can't because they're not coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
They're just bugged out. But yeah, man, it's a dope situation, man. Um, Ralphie's out here, man. It's a dope situation where you can speak your truth, man. Fuck it, let it out. We get and for sure, man. Always just an ear, bro.
Mm.
Objective. Um, no judgment. Um, I'll be honest with a motherfucker though. I'll be honest, and I'll let you know
Mm.
when I think that you were at fault,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because let's be real,
Yeah. And nobody's perfect.
right? And not only that, but that's the gem.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
nugget because that's
Yeah.
the one that's gonna help you be
Yeah.
better. You're gonna grow. Damn, I did that. I
Yeah.
do that. I didn't know, and that could be the one thing that's hindering you. That could be the
Yeah.
one thing that holds you back, and you don't even know it. And you get a lot of yes men around you. They're not telling you some shit you're not self-aware of. You're not
Yeah.
aware of. And then somebody come and tell you that sometimes you'll get mad or you get triggered or some shit. But then maybe if you reflect and say, "Damn, man, he's right."
Yeah.
It's happened to me all the time.
The volume on your live is low.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll tell you. You know what I mean? It's because they're listening to me over there.
Yeah.
That's why. If they go to my channel, but yeah, but that's what it is. That's what it is. Um, my boy Arthur, my brother, Flint. Yeah, man. And so, I get
Yeah. That should be hard for me.
what?
Uh. Under. Accepting that I fucked up. Like,
What you?
I don't know if I'm saying shit right, but I'm just saying what makes the most sense to me.
No,
I could
no,
be
no,
wrong with
no,
what
no,
I'm
no. I
saying.
I understand, but
Like it just I noticed that it took a minute. It took a minute
mhm.
to just like fully accept that that the situation was my fault.
Okay,
That's it.
but there's beauty in it.
Nah, yeah, facts.
There's beauty in it because that's how you get to grow.
Facts.
You're not gonna
Facts.
grow.
Facts.
You're not gonna sitting around, and you know what? It'll probably help you with the next time that it happens,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Because it's almost like I feel like sometimes like I'm on a skateboard and I just want to go down a hill, but I be scared to. And
Okay.
then you do it the first time,
No, no, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then the
yeah,
second time it's like, all right, cool, and you get a little bit more comfortable
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
And like I said, it's not that it doesn't hurt, because man, I go
Of
through all the
course,
emotions through
of
all. I get mad,
course,
happy, sad,
of
all of that
course.
shit.
Yeah,
All of it happens to me. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that I was able to catch it right then and there and get it done with.
yeah,
And I understand, and I think that some things are gonna take a little longer than others, depending on
right.
the gravity of or how
Of
bad the
course, yeah,
situation is for me,
yeah,
right? Because if it's somebody that I hold really truly dearly close to my, I don't know.
mm,
I'm making things up because
no, yeah,
I don't know when this is how this is gonna come up, but I'm bracing for it.
yeah,
I'm bracing for it because I know, man, and not that it's gonna make the blow any softer, but it's not. But at least it's not something that I haven't done before,
right,
right?
right,
And I think that maybe every single instance of things that you figure out about yourself will be different to deal with.
yeah,
I don't think that those two things are gonna be you're gonna deal with the same way.
no,
I don't know. I'm just
yeah,
like
I
I
don't
said. I
know,
prepare for that way because I'm preparing for the worst.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. And I want to be able to be strong about it, right?
yeah. I had a situation like that where I had to face my hardest trauma.
Okay.
Like I had to face it every day, head on, every
Right.
day,
Right.
and that's what drove me to. I needed to talk. I needed to let it out. I needed to speak.
Okay.
I needed a safe space to speak. Uh, so that led me to that whole journaling shit, that
Oh,
whole
nice.
journaling
Right. Right. Right.
situation.
Give me a second because we're gonna need a bat. Okay.
So
Good there.
so yeah, it'll that's how I handled that situation. I learned with that situation now that, or I think I've been learned, but because of insecurities, I guess I just never really put two and two together.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's how I handled that situation, and then through other situations, I learned that journaling wasn't always gonna help me. That I can over I can think through situations right then and there with some. I can think through the situations within a week. Like certain situations take me a certain amount of time
It's a process. Yeah.
to process, and the process isn't always going to be the same. Like the process of understanding. What's funny?
Uh, I'll be sleeping like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I hear like banging on the doors and on the walls, and I'm like,
Nah,
he,
there's places. Oh
Tico.
yeah,
Tico be banging on the
Mole,
wall.
the
Not him.
bottle thing. But
So you get different
so different situations or different scenarios require different uh processing
time,
time and
effort.
effort. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was just saying. Like, um, sure, sure. Because certain things mean certain things to you.
Right. Exactly.
That's all it
Exactly.
really is,
Exactly.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a one size fits all for none of this
No.
shit, right?
No.
And it's dynamic.
Yeah.
These things could be very all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
One situation could be plugged into many different people at the same time. Maybe sometimes there might not even be a person.
Yeah.
It may be an idea,
Yeah.
right? When I start to look into when I be into reading about politics and shit like that, ideas that people have, like that shit triggers me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this fucking douchebag Anuel and the other fucking dickhead
Stop, because that just
Vicky, is
triggered
like
me. I thought that was fake, and I'm like,
fucking
oh no,
clowns, fucking clowns. But
bro,
it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me
bro.
because 90% of them rappers, they're all racist motherfuckers. That's the truth. Number one is stolen music from
Mm-hmm.
black people. They colonized this shit, right? Number
Mm-hmm.
one. Then they don't even let the black artists in Puerto Rico shine.
Not at all.
So, all those douchebags like Daddy Yankee, Bad Bunny, they're all a bunch of Elvis Presleys
Mm.
stealing black music and putting their face on it like it's their
Mm-hmm.
own and gave it their own name. Bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. Bullshit. It's all black music being colonized by white guys. Look at Anuel, look at
Mm-hmm.
Chiquitas. White guys who happen to speak Spanish. That's all it is. You go to Puerto Rico, there's this one little spot on the island, and that's where they have all the black people at, over there in the corner by the water, where the slave ships came in. And they're still there, marginalized. And motherfuckers are sitting here and tell me, oh, fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah. Facts.
You motherfuckers are racist as
Facts.
fuck,
Facts.
and it is what it is. Get your knowledge up, man. Read the book. See what really going on around you. Because I know that once they get it, once they see it,
Mm-hmm.
right away, right away,
Yeah.
right away, they get and they start to
Yeah.
educate
Yeah.
others, and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I see it all the time. I'm a victim of
Yeah.
that shit
Exactly.
myself.
Exactly.
Colonized mentality from New York. Insane. Insane. And then that's another we could talk about that too. The traumas of the New York
Yeah.
thinks he's Puerto
Puerto
Rican,
Rican.
and then
Mm-hmm.
he goes down there. Oh, I'm not Puerto Rican enough, and then he comes back up, and then the black people don't like him either because he's not black enough. No,
Right.
no, no, it got nothing to do with. It's just that you're a douche. You were colonized, and your brain is fucked up, and you treat black people fucked up because you're not black, right? I know black.